This is an SWX local sports presentation. The Gonzaga Bulldogs take on the San Francisco Dons. Gonzaga basketball starts right now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center here on the campus at Gonzaga University. It is West Coast Conference women's basketball up for you next. The Zags, ranked number 16 in the nation as they creep up that national poll, 26-2 overall, 13-0 now in West Coast Conference play. Overall, they've won 20 consecutive games. They welcome in the Dons of San Francisco. They are 7-5 in West Coast Conference play. Great to see everyone again. Greg Heister, Stephanie Hawk-Freeman, A.J. Howell will be here in a moment. Okay, Zag team have already wrapped up another regular season title in the West Coast Conference. We're now going to take a look at this team historically and where is it ranked. Is this the best team we've ever seen here?
Well, it's been coming up, and there's been comparisons to the 2010-11 team, and as you can see, these statistics are eerily similar. However, the one that really shines out to me is that three-point field goal percentage from this current team.
Yes, and remember, 2010-11, Courtney Vandersloot, greatest player in the history of this program, she lost 5 games. This Zag team's not going to lose 2 games. You throw in that three-point field goal percentage at 31.7. This is as a team now. Yeah. This team shooting at basically 41%, which makes it one of the best shooting teams in the entire country. This, to me, is the best team that we've ever seen at Gonzaga.
Absolutely, and the depth that they have, with that shooting and the depth, they have great opportunities to go deep in the postseason.
Oh, Yvonne Ejim, the Trong sisters. Ladies and gentlemen, the Zags are loaded. We'll get you tonight's starting lineups, the tip-off when we come back. The Zags and the Dons as Gonzaga goes for their 27th win of the season and their 21st in a row. We'll get you dialed in when we come back. We're live from the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga and San Francisco. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Numerica Credit Union. Money answers for people who know Gonzaga does in fact exist. Plus, show your Bulldog pride with your Zags debit card, offered only at Numerica, federally insured by NCUA. Jasmine Gales leads USF in scoring. Keep an eye on her. Of course, the Trongs, Maxwell Hollingsworth, and Yvonne Ejim for Gonzaga. Now, before we get going, we're going to go over to A.J. Howell. She's got some breaking news. Just pretend we're rolling the stinger for you. You're on, A.J. How are you?
Hey, Greg. We have some great news for Zags fans. Senior forward Yvonne Ejim is coming back for another year. Now, Yvonne told me earlier she made this decision based off her team and her coaches. She has so much trust with them. She still has a little school to do. You know, she's pre-med, so she's got some high expectations for herself there. Head coach Lisa Fortier saying, of course, this team, they're not reloading next year. They're still loaded. You'll also notice that Bree Salendine will not be rotating in tonight. She has torn her ACL for the 3rd time. She has surgery on Monday. She'll be out for the season. Greg?
Thank you, AJ. And you ended with Bree Salendine. We'll put a cap on that. Yeah. It's heartbreaking.
Absolutely. Just devastating. 3rd ACL. I mean, as a player coming back mentally, all the work that she put in to try and get back for this season, it's just a gut punch for sure. Yeah, big time player, and you figured she would have been instrumental in a NC2A tournament run for Gonzaga, but they'll have to get her done without her now, and she's over there on the bench, and of course we wish her well. Hollingsworth lines up the 3, and Gonzaga does what Gonzaga does. And that's what you were talking about in the open. It's a team three-pointing shooting team. Everybody on the floor right now, this starting 5 can knock down the 3 at a high clip. And I think I said Hollingsworth was 6'5". I added a little bit early at 6'3". She plays like she's 6'5". Yes. There you go. Shot inside by Kaylee Trong was off, and now Kaylin. Deep 3, long rebound. It'll be USF basketball. Well, now you really do find out a lot about the composure of your team. Are they
crazy to say this, but are they a professional caliber team? They've won the regular season title. They're playing a team that they should beat. Do they continue to get it done?
Yeah, and that's what you got to continue to focus on. There's still games left in the season and, of course, the tournament, and you want to continue to get better. And so I think as you look at this, you've still got to take care of business, and it starts with tonight against the Dons.
First foul goes against Deborah Dos Santos of USF. So Gonzaga basketball up by 3. Kaylee Trong into the paint. Here's Hollingsworth, another one. That's off the left side of the rim. Kaylee had the rebound, but it's Jasmine Gales who took it away, and now the Dons look to score. Dos Santos on the post, skip out, Gales. This is an open look. 3 is off, loose in the middle, picked up by Brenna Maxwell. Here comes the Gonzaga 3-on-2. Kaylee Trong turned down the 3, drive into the lane, hang off the glass, and free throws coming for Kaylee Trong.
And we talked about how great the three-point shooters are on this Gonzaga team. In the first matchup, however, the Trongs combined just went 1 for 10 behind the three-point line. I don't anticipate that happening again, but you don't see that very often.
Get it out of your system.
Yeah.
So Dos Santos goes out of the game with her second personal foul. So with 8:21 left in the first, Dos Santos, the starter, heads to the bench.
And that's huge because Dos Santos, she is a double-double machine. She has 14 double-doubles on the season. That's number 14 in the nation. That's number 1 in the WCC. And she shoots at a high clip. Talk about also her size inside.
5-0 start, Marina Hernandez. Number 14 replaced Dos Santos. There's Fulcher. Worth down the lane, left it short. Kaylee Trong with her head up, Kaylin. Hollingsworth wanting it over the top, won't get the pass. And now Brenna Maxwell.
And if you watch, this Dons team is very physical. They are going to really get into, you can see the post play down low. They're going to really jam the screens and make it really hard for this Gonzaga offense.
That foul called on Yvonne Ejim, her first. Five nothing start for the Zags, but a 1 of 4 start from the floor. Gales to the post. Worth trying to hit the cutter, Leachy, but the turnover will give it to Gonzaga. How good is Gonzaga? Well, there's going to be your player of the year in the West Coast Conference. She missed a weekend because she went home to play for Team Canada. Zags didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
This team is that good.
Yeah, exactly. And you think sometimes when you lose your star player, you know, a team will kind of play deflated, but that's the thing with the Zags. They're all stars. You've got Kaylin Trong, who was the WCC Player of the Year last year, and they played with each other for so long and have so much experience together that really this just shows the depth of that team as well.
Second turnover for San Francisco creates a three-point transition bucket for Kaylee Trong. Fast start for Gonzaga. They're now 3 of 6, while the Dons have missed their first 5 shots to open this game in Spokane. Gonzaga 13-0 in West Coast Conference play, winners of 20 consecutive overall, and off to a hot start tonight. Brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
All right, hey, Gonzaga, take care of the ball. In the first matchup between these two teams, USF actually turned Gonzaga over 20 times, and so that is something definitely you want to clean up. And then smart focus Team D. Really, you got to watch the guards of USF. They really look to drive and get to the rim, that transition, and then the ISOs that they create, and then also just be physical and tough rebounders. They've won the boards in the first matchup. I was going to mention they've really got to pay attention to Dos Santos, but she's got 2 fouls on the bench. That's a huge help. But really, you've got to be strong and physical with this team, especially on the boards.
Maud Hybens, Kaylee Stokes on the floor for Gonzaga. There's the high post. And Fulcher, this is a 2. Good looking bucket by Cammie Fulcher, a junior out of West Lynn, Oregon. Kaylee Trong. Hollingsworth 1 of 2 from behind the 3-point line tonight. San Francisco on the board with that bucket by Fulcher. Stokes, Hollingsworth. 10 to shoot. Maud Hybens. Kaylin 4 to shoot. Stokes tipped it right to Fulcher. Back on the Dons. Leachy. Fulcher. Took a long time to get there, got a good look.
That's been a great series for the Dons here. 2 big shots by Fulcher and the defensive stop.
Same play back to back.
Yep.
Let's see how quickly it takes Gonzaga's defense to counter that. Trong's 3 is off. And a foul inside on the rebound. And this will be on Maud Hybens of Gonzaga.
Hey, and I'm going to give credit to Cammie Fulcher right there. She knocked down those 2 shots to get her team going, and then she was in the mix there for that rebound. In the first matchup, she didn't score at all. And so to get that kind of energy and play from her, that was big to get the Dons back into this game.
Aya Keita on the floor for San Francisco. That's Gales, hands it off. I believe that was a 3 attempt from Worth, came up short. Hollingsworth, transition. Eliza, another one. She's 2 of 3.
I love it, and that was one of my favorite plays as a trail post too. You knew your guard was looking for you because you could hit it, and so you knew Eliza's eyes were just as big as pies.
What'd you shoot the 3 at?
We're just going to say good. Let's not look up any specifics or anything. I don't think
really
it's
good or good or
I don't know.
Yeah.
Respectable enough. How
Okay.
about that?
Another turnover. Kaylee Trong. I believe that's Worth who got back there to try to deny that shot. It's Gonzaga ball under the bucket. Here comes Yvonne Ejim and Brenna Maxwell. Hollingsworth and Kaylee Trong out.
Yeah, and this is, just as you can see there, this is a Dons team that's very energetic. And like I said, they're very physical. Lynn taking the bump, or excuse me, Lee taking the bump there. Not getting it. And so if you're going to attack, you have to be very strong.
Gonzaga now 4 of 11 as Hybens is long on that jump shot. Paula Tirado, number 22 with the basketball for San Francisco. Hybens the switch. Handoff, backdoor, and left short by Jasmine Gales. Can't miss that if you're going to beat Gonzaga on the road. Hybens running the floor. Good defense there by Hernandez to deny the lay-in. And it's Gonzaga ball.
Yeah, that was an excellent pass, but an even more impressive defensive play there by Hernandez. Watch this.
Looked like a foul on that replay. No call. 3:53 to play in the first. 22 to shoot for Gonzaga. Plenty of time. Yvonne Ejim posting up. Maxwell tripped. Kaylin Trong. And now a reset for the Gonzaga offense.
And you can see down low, Fulcher just listed at 5'8". She's in charge of guarding Ejim.
Contact on that shot, no call. Hybens the offensive rebound, but then gave it up as Keita, right place, right time. A lot of contact on the offensive end now for Gonzaga as Hybens was knocked to the floor. And a long rebound goes to GU.
This is a tough game. This is a lot of bodies flying, very physical.
8-point Gonzaga lead. They've hit 4 of their first 13. San Francisco 2 of their first 10. Maxwell, catch and shoot. free throw line, good. I can watch her shoot all day long.
Exactly, just a great shooter. Just gets her feet set, and she doesn't need hardly any time at all.
Hyben's there to help on defense. Ball got inside. Hyben's tried to affect a shot from behind, but nice finish, Marina Hernandez. Hernandez first bucket. It's 15-7.
And really needed that. That's the only second scorer for the Dons. Fulcher has 5 of the 7 points.
Stokes, open three. Hernandez clears the miss. Cami Fulcher with it right now, handed it off to Tirado. The drive, left hand goes. And San Francisco now mounting some offense. They've cut it to 6. Hyben's at the high post. Yvonne Ejim, she can hit that.
Yep. You gotta respect it, Greg. She is extended a little bit further out.
Yeah, last game I was here, she hit a 3.
Yeah.
Toronto, a lot of dribble there as Fulcher knocked to the floor by Stokes. Big rebound there by Kate. Another chance for the Dons. Tirado in the corner. And now Gales. And a travel by Aya Keita, the junior from Hungary. Minute 25 to play in the opening quarter. There's Esther Little checking in. Eliza Hollingsworth back onto the floor for GU.
And this is a really small lineup for the Dons out there. You've got Fulcher listed at 5'8", Gales 5'7". I mean, the big player in right now is Worth listed at 6'1", but everybody else is in that 5'7", 8 range.
Oh, good defense on the weak side there by Worth. And now the Dons, who have been a little bit better on this end the last 3 or 4 possessions. They found some rhythm. Worth, good look.
Yeah, moving a lot better, finding some open shots now, but with that speed, with that smaller lineup, they've got a lot more ball handlers on the floor and can get into that paint.
Worth from Sweden as Hollingsworth missed it from the corner. Yvonne Ejim, offensive rebound and put back. 5 offensive rebounds now for GU in 1 quarter.
Yeah, yeah, and you can contribute that to Dos Santos being on the bench. Really, I mean, she's the top rebounder in the WCC, and at that height, she's just listed at 6'1", but she has a nose for the boards.
Keita leaned into that 3. Yvonne Ejim fighting with Worth for the ball. Zags, here's Brenna Maxwell. 3 to shoot, got into the lane, scoop, and Brenna will shoot free throws.
I gotta say, Brenna showing some handles there.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
.3 seconds to play, and Maxwell will settle in at the line. Brenna with 1 field goal in that first quarter, add a free throw for 3 points.
You know, Greg, we highlighted their 3-point shooting, but as a team, they shoot 80% from that free throw line. And when we talk about big games like this or going deep in the season, that free throw shooting percentage is going to be huge down the road.
Yeah, Leitchi hit the iron on that heave. That would have counted. 21-11. Gonzaga 7 of 19. San Francisco 5 of 17. It's a 10-point advantage after the end of the first quarter in Spokane. 21-11. Broadcast brought to you by Arby's, your delicious neighborhood meat crafter. Stop by Arby's today. Arby's, we have the meats. Eliza Hollingsworth and Yvonne Ejim led Gonzaga with 6 points each in that first quarter. Boy, look at that shot. Tom Holmberg goes course, Tom's not here tonight. I think he's over in Portland. Yeah, but he probably shot it. There's Lisa Fortier, and I was thinking about this on the way to the game. Of course, she's up for the National Coach of the Year award. I'm giving it to her. I'm absolutely giving it to her.
The National? The
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I like it.
South Carolina wins a national championship. They were expected to do that. Tara Vanderveer gets her Stanford team to a Final Four. They're expected to do that. Gino Auriemma, you know, that UConn team, if they shock somebody, they're expected to do that. This team's won 20 consecutive games. It's one of the best teams in the country. They've dominated their conference.
You know,
and as far as the eye test goes, is there a team in the country, and I've seen most of them now, that you would rather watch play the game of basketball than this Gonzaga team?
Yeah, they're fun. They put up points. They play as a team, right? They play it the right way. And just going back to Lisa, she's 259 and 61 in her career. Among active Division I coaches, she's the 5th winningest percentage at 80.9%.
Yeah, so less than 20% of the time that you suit up to play Gonzaga, less than 20% of the time you have a chance to win. And it's because of her and her staff and good players.
Yeah.
But they recruit them. They bring them here. They get them to play together. They put the system in, and they coach them up.
They build the culture.
They do.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and talk about that staff.
So I'm already shipping the trophy to her.
All right.
Right? We got a little way to go in the season, but I think she's already wrapped it up. I think she's the leader in the clubhouse. She should be.
There you go. You've heard it first.
Jasmine Gales, number 11 with the basketball. 5 to shoot for San Francisco, and Worth turns and heaves. Had it on line, but hit the front end of the rim. And now Brenna Maxwell. Right away, Yvonne Ejim, what a great post. And the catch and finish. Maxwell just had to get to the angle, get to the corner to find the angle, and easy play.
Yeah, and I like it, and I like establishing that inside presence again. So that the Dons defense has to stay disciplined down low, and then that's going to open up their three-point shooting.
Here's Dos Santos back on the floor with those 2 fouls for San Francisco. Shot is off from Jasmine Gales. Hollingsworth with her 3rd rebound. And now Gonzaga back on the offensive end, and Ejim again as they go right to the post, trying to pin number 3 on Dos Santos.
Yeah, I think it's smart. Go right at her.
See, Coach of the Year over there.
Right here. And just like you said, Greg, getting the right angle. A lot of players might stop short and try to force that in, but Brenna kept going and got that in to where only her player, Ejim, could get it.
Turnover there by Gonzaga. And did we get a foul there? Nope, just off of GU. It'll be San Francisco basketball. And Dos Santos is going to go out of the game, so a quick appearance there for the Dons.
Well, and I think too, if you, like you were saying, they were looking to attack her, and so you've got to get her out before she gets that 3rd foul.
And Yvonne Ejim just picked up her 2nd personal foul on the drive from Jasmine Gales.
And Jasmine Gales is very crafty down low. She gets herself to the free throw line a lot. And she shoots fairly well, 75%. But, you know, as the leading scorer for the Dons, Gonzaga's kept her wrapped up pretty well. She's 0 for 5 to start the game.
Sometimes free throws can get you into a rhythm.
Yep.
Front end good by this graduate player, 5'7" from Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, and she's explosive. She's 2-time Player of the Week for the WCC. She had a career high 40 points when they played Pacific. So she can get going in a hurry. You definitely want to keep an eye on her.
8-point Gonzaga lead. Here's Maxwell. Maud Hybens out to set the screen. Brenna just steps back. Missed the 3, but is fouled by Hernandez, so 3 free throws coming for Brenna.
And Brenna, another player who's really crafty. When she shoots that three-pointer, if you're anywhere near her, she is great at drawing that foul and getting the refs to blow the whistle.
And Dos Santos right back into the game. So they don't want her in there on the defensive end, as you pointed out. When she's in there on defense, they give the ball to Yvonne Ejim and tell her to attack. Brenna hits the first. She's 3 of 3 in the game, 5 points. That Yvonne Ejim coming back.
I know. That's huge. Love it. I love her game. I love just her demeanor on the court. And a great person too. I love just getting the chance to talk with her.
5th turnover for San Francisco. The 3 from Kaylin Trong is long. But look, this team's going to lose a lot. Coming back. It'll be Gonzaga basketball in the corner. The officials are going to come together and talk about it. I don't think the bench for the Dons over there agreed.
Coach Kuhnbauer's given the eye, not in agreement.
This is them talking about it, but look where the other official has to come from. She was out near midcourt. She didn't see anything in her defense. But anyways, to put a cap on the story is 3 more free throws coming for Brenna Maxwell here.
Yeah.
Is that a shot, or was she looking to pass? It was a shot, wasn't it?
It's always a shot with Brenna,
That's
right?
true.
Not always. She finds her teammates too, but but this San Francisco team is very tight. I mean, they're very tenacious on defense, and so they are very close. And when you're that close, you have to be careful with shooters like Brenna who can get it off quickly.
And Maxwell now 5 of 6. This is a 90+% free throw shooter. The last game I was here, she missed 3 in a row. She was fouled on a 3 and missed all 3. Never happen again.
No, never.
She'll have to settle for 2 of 3 there. But again, back to Yvonne Ejim. What an advantage it is to be able to bring her back as a cornerstone piece of a transitionary kind of year.
Yeah, you know, every year, Greg, I feel like we kind of talk about this. We talk about how much Gonzaga is losing, right? Because they've just been in the program for so long, but they've got players. I mean, they've got a deep bench, and they've got talented players coming in to this program, and so it's going to be definitely look different, but they're still going to be really good.
And we've seen the same thing on the men's side, right? Like, I think everybody else in the West Coast Conference assumes when there's a major class of seniors or graduate players leaving, they think, okay, next year's our year. And then Gonzaga shows up with, 5 Olympian caliber players and take you to task. We've seen it on the men's side. We see it on the women's side. I just don't think the term rebuild is even in the equation or the formula here on this campus when we're talking about basketball.
Yeah, I think that's great. Exactly what you said.
Under 6 to play in this first half. Under, 28-15 as Kaylin Trong missed badly there. Dos Santos picked up. Zags a little out of sync there on that possession offensive. Not a lot of movement.
Yeah, and that's what San Francisco wants to do. You partially give credit to San Francisco because they are physical on the cuts. They are physical with the players coming off of screens. They bump you off your course or where you want to set your screen.
Worth from the corner, skip pass, got there in time, but close out by Kaylin Trong. And now down the lane, dump off, Maud Hybens.
And that was excellent. Excellent attacking the defense before they can get set.
Zags up by 15, 5:13 to play in the first half in Spokane. Gonzaga going for their 21st consecutive win of the season. The assist to Kaylin Trong. That's a beauty there. Game brought to you by Primera, proud partner of the Gonzaga basketball program. And it's Trong to Hybens. Beautiful offense.
Really beautiful. Like I said, attacking the defense before all 5 players could get back and get set. And then you're big running the floor, right? Getting down there, making yourself available for the finish. Hybins.
How good is this? 9 field goals, 8 assists for Gonzaga. Of course, not shooting it at their normal rate of 36%. They're 3 of 11 from 3. 9 of 25 overall. But still, 9 buckets, 8 assists.
Yeah, you know, when you break down the season for this Gonzaga team, they average about 30 makes a game, with 20 of those being assisted. I mean, that's incredible. That's team ball, really.
It's winning basketball is what it is. And you'll be hard-pressed to find a basketball team in the country with such a ratio of assist to field goal that isn't winning, that isn't going to be in the NCAA tournament, men or women. Keita for 3, wide open. Missed it. And now Gonzaga looking to build on a 15-point lead. Callie Stokes on the floor running that baseline for Gonzaga, number 10. And 10 to shoot. Caitlin Trong with the basketball. Stokes turned down the corner 3. Here's Destiny Burton, free throw line jumper. And that's off of Maud Hybins, and Maud doesn't agree. She thought it was off at Dos Santos. San Francisco basketball.
Crowd letting the referees hear it as well.
And once again, Dos Santos to the bench. Keita, now a little weave at the top. Fulcher with the catch, contacted. That shot's way off by Torrado.
Really needed that by the Dons. Gale's in there just getting that rebound, but the Dons are 1 of 17 behind the three-point line. They're shooting 5.9%. I mean, really, they keep shooting them, but I think they've got to look to attack the rim and get themselves maybe to the free throw line.
7 of 27 overall. Here's Kaylin. There's the handle, went right by Hernandez. And got all the way to the rim for the lay-in. Kaylin with 4. Her first field goal. But Gonzaga's up 32-17. That's 15 if my math is right. We've seen them play a lot better offensively than they have this half. But defensively, this team is locked in again. They gave up 11 in that first quarter. San Francisco with just 6 here in the second.
And so this is also why Gonzaga is so difficult to guard. They've got great three-point shooters. Lynn's a great three-point shooter. Maybe not tonight so far. She hasn't got hot from the three-point line, but they can drive and get themselves to the rim or dish off to other players for easy buckets.
Yeah, give it time, partner. Give it time.
Yeah.
I like Destiny Burton.
Yes.
She adds a little punch off the bench for Gonzaga, scores it, and can score it.
Yep.
Things happen when she's on the floor. Caitlin Trong rattles in the 3.
Give it time. What, 20 seconds?
Yes.
Right? No, Destiny Burton does a great job. She comes in, she shoots at a high clip, so that means she's taking good shots for herself, 55%. But she comes in and brings that physicality too.
Yes. This is a deep team on the post. And that is the catch inside by number 25, Senabu Chom. But she lost the handle.
Chom comes in at 6'6", so really can look to alter shots at that rim, protect the rim a little bit more.
From the Senegal, graduate player. Another player with one of those big knee braces on. Kaylee Trong, Maud Hybins, 15 to shoot. Esther Little with it. Here's Burton. Hybins calling for it. But Chom is in there at 6'6". There's Maud, the 3 on the way off the front or the right side of the rim. And rebounded and on the move is Cammie Fulcher. Paula Tirado with it, sets up the offense. Eliza Hollingsworth will be checking in for GU. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Jump shot. Good look at it, Paula Tirado. Doesn't go. Actually, that was Ikeda. Kaylee. Eight to shoot. Little. Hybens into the lane. Shot was blocked. Good defense in there by Chom as that ball would have gotten to the rim.
Yeah, really great defense.
It's hard for Gonzaga to get inside with her in there. Cada. Fulcher to the far side. Gales into the lane, left hand drops. Under a minute to go first half.
And you can see what happens when Gail gets going downhill. She gets that head of steam behind her, and she's really effective when she gets that going and finishing.
Jasmine now with 6 points. Hybens. Caitlin Drawn. Has to stop, but missed the jumper.
Well, again, right there waiting for it was Chom with that length, that long outstretched arm.
Gonzaga now in a 2-minute 34-second scoring drought. San Francisco going to play for one. There's a little less than a second differential between the two clocks. Here's Gales. Tirado. Jump shot from Cada. Off the front of the rim. Gonzaga's got time. There's the heave. And it's just short. I'm not sure it would have counted. 35-19 our score at the half. Offensively, we've seen Gonzaga play a lot better. But again, defensively, they gave up 19 points.
Right, yeah. Yeah. When you look at it that way, boy,
yes,
it's going to be tough.
And I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
Get Coach Fortier's take on that first half. Let's go to A.J. Howell.
All right, Coach, 35-19 right now. Through your eyes, how is your team doing? Are you happy with it? What do you guys need to improve on?
Well, the defense is fine. I think 14 points in the second quarter is not great for us. The ball wasn't moving very fast. I thought it was getting stuck, and we looked a little tired. Maybe that's my subbing. I don't know. So I'd like us to pick it up offensively, but to give up only 19 in a half is pretty good.
Absolutely. Now we know that you guys emphasize the extra pass when that's something that you guys prioritize all season. How do you kind of make that the halftime message?
Yeah, well, they're trying to take away that one more pass to the corner. A lot of times they help to the one shooter and they get the one more. So I think we need to be ready because it might not be a one more pass. It might be your numbers being called. We might need to punch it at those times because they're trying to deny us. But I think keep sharing the ball. I think we just need to get the ball moving a little bit faster. Hopefully we can create a little offense off of our defense. We've gotten stops, but we haven't created anything really. So hopefully we can pick it up a little bit more energy on both sides.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Greg?
Thanks, AJ. Thanks, Coach Fortier. And listen, 35 points, we're accustomed to this team, ripping 40, 45, closer to 50 and a half. You give up 19 and a half, you're not going to lose a game.
Right? And they're on pace for a 70-point game, which is good for a lot of teams.
I know. So, geez, this team can win a lot of ways here in Spokane. 16th best team in the nation. I think they're much better than that. 35-19 our score at the half at the McCarthy Athletic Center as the Gonzaga Bulldogs look to earn their 21st consecutive victory of the season and open up West Coast Conference play a perfect 14-0. Yvonne Ejim, 8 points, 5 rebounds in that first half. Brenna Maxwell led them with 9. Highlights and stats when we come back. The Gonzaga Halftime Report brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino. Join us at Coeur d'Alene Casino for a mouth-watering steak dinner, pampering spa treatment, or the hottest games around. Coeur d'Alene Casino, a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home. And welcome back to halftime. Look at that shot of McCarthy Athletic Center. That is Tom Holmberg flying high above the McCarthy Athletic Center and his human drone. Tom up there with a little joystick. Inside joke, I'm sorry. Zags up 35-19. Greg Heister, Stephanie Hawk-Freeman. And look, offense, we've seen it play a lot better, obviously, offensively, but the defense was dialed in. And, you know, this is just a team that can win a lot of different ways.
A lot of different ways. Like, yeah, if you want to grind it out, play physical, right, they can lock down and make that happen. They can get out and run and put up a bunch of points if you want to try and outscore them as well. Like you said, not their best shooting game in the first half, but I don't anticipate that staying the same.
No, and you've got Yvonne Egypt, right? Like 8 points, 9 rebounds in that first half. If you need a bucket, just throw it to her.
Yeah, and sat a lot in that first half with those 2 fouls, but you're exactly right. She goes in and establishes herself down low, getting it done a bunch of different ways, right? With the jumper, finishing at the rim, post up, and the defense has to pay so much attention to her, then that opens up the outside shots.
Yeah, 8 and 5 for Yvonne. But also, Brenna Maxwell had some big shots, was good at the free throw line. Enough offensively for Gonzaga to build a 16-point lead. I wish we could get in the locker room, because I really wonder in games like this, when you've already kind of packed away the regular season championship, you won 20 in a row, 13 in a row to start West Coast Conference play. What exactly is the tone of the message? Not so much the message, but the tone.
Staying focused, right?
You've got your goals. Come on now.
No, I think this is a veteran group, and I think they recognize what they need to do. They probably know that wasn't their best offensive. I mean, players know, right? Yeah. And this is a veteran group, and so I'm sure they're motivating themselves a lot. They also know that they have depth, and they can wear teams down in the second half. And so if they keep at it and keep with their game, they'll put up big points.
All right. Boy, that looks tasty. It's so tasty you don't even need a spoon. 35-19. We're at the half. Back in a moment. Schedule brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, your financial success fan club. And look at that. Like, there isn't much schedule left. They go down to Los Angeles for one to play at Pepperdine, return home to play Portland, and then it's on to the WCC tournament, where you'll be working for ESPN Plus. Congratulations on that. Calling a few games, men and women, right? But also offering some studio support and kind of an all-around experience for you. But what do we see here? Yeah,
so just looking at it, just the importance of being that not only just the #1 team for Gonzaga, the 1 and 2 get those buys to the semi, but then USF's they're sitting 4th by themselves, and so the 3 and 4 seeds, get that bye into the second round. So it's really important that San Francisco finishes out their schedule, but also Gonzaga, you want to go into the tournament playing well, right? And with a little bit, just those 2 games left. But if you actually look at that last game against Portland is the Wednesday. That's a big break between that and their first game in the tournament.
It is a big game, but let's be honest. Like, you know me, I call it the way I see it. I'm rather transparent. Nobody's touching this team.
They're good.
Yeah, I'd say they're good. They're the best team that Gonzaga's ever had on the women's side here. No doubt. Send them the trophy. 35-19. Back, here's your first half stats. Neither team shot the ball incredibly well. But San Francisco only got to the line once, shot 2 free throws. The Dons turned it over too many times. Gonzaga turned those 8 turnovers into 10 points.
Yeah, and a great job by Gonzaga, only with 3 turnovers, especially with the pressure that the Dons bring. But yeah, those shooting percentages by Gonzaga are much lower than what they average. For the season, they shoot 49% from the field. That's 6th in the nation. From 3, they shoot 41%. That's 3rd in the nation. So, it's hard to keep teams like this down, though, because there's just so many options. And I think in the second half, they'll make some adjustments and get themselves those good looks.
I like the way you're thinking. It's hard to keep good teams like this down.
It is. It's just with their depth, and they eventually just continue to wear on you.
Dos Santos fronting Ejim. Neither one of those players has been on the floor long enough. It would have been interesting to watch those two battle in that first half. But Ejim played just 9 minutes, and Dos Santos played 7. And San Francisco opens up with an early bucket.
Yeah, nice play there. Fulcher again with that little jumper, and she's setting the screen for Dos Santos. And they have to help off of for Dos Santos down low, and so she's able to come out and hit that shot.
That is off of Fulcher. Gonzaga basketball, 21 to shoot. Here's Hollingsworth. Hit a couple of threes in the first half. Yvonne Ejim out to set the screen. Freeing Kaylin, thought about the step back. And now the three on the way. Caitlin Trong from downtown. She's got 10.
Excellent read. Gonzaga got the mismatch down low, and when San Francisco tried to switch back, Gonzaga read it and just found the open shooter too slow.
Caitlin now 2 of 5 from behind that three-point line. Dos Santos. Fulcher spinning on Maxwell. Good bucket there. Good strong move.
Yeah, Fulcher with 9 points. She just averages a little over 5.
Ejim the catch but can't finish. Dos Santos that rebound, her 4th. Still a 15-point lead for Gonzaga. Dos Santos posting up. Ejim really battling inside. Those two are going at it. 7 to shoot. And the drive and the finish. Jasmine Gales. And Ejim running the floor. That's too easy for Gonzaga.
And this game is really interesting. You got to look at the matchups. A lot of size mismatches. Hollingsworth with guarding Gales out there with all the switches that these teams do. But excellent job by Yvonne, just getting herself an easy look by running the floor, just beating everybody back.
Biche, great move. Broke Trong down on the dribble, got around her. 13-point Gonzaga lead. Leite, the junior out of Brazil. Dos Santos from Brazil as well for San Francisco. They recruit the globe, the Dons do. Ejim. Yvonne Ejim with 12. That's a strong move.
Really is. You're seeing two really talented players go at it. Like you said, with Ejim and Dos Santos. They are both really tough matches, tough players, physical inside. Fun matchup.
Yeah, Deborah Dos Santos from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Luana from Porto Feliz, Brazil. Dos Santos, oh, missed the easy one. And it'll remain with San Francisco. That was Gales on that baseline drive through Dos Santos to pass. Callie Stokes, number 10 on the floor for GU. And the catch and finish by Leite.
Yeah, the Dons getting into the paint with that drive. They're getting that head of steam going to it and finding success with that.
Nice play by Stokes to get it to Ejim. Struggled with the pass a bit, but on the second attempt caught it and put it through. Yvonne now with 14. She leads everyone. That's not surprising, is it?
No, and that's a couple possessions now where Gonzaga has just scored really easily, right? They've just ran the floor, got a good look.
Fulcher's 3. Long off. We got a whistle and a foul called. Let's check in with AJ Howe.
So we just heard that Stokes to Ejim connection, something that head coach Lisa Fortier said she felt confident in for the next few seasons. Obviously, they're going to lose the Trongs and some other key players like Brenna Maxwell, but along with having Ejim, they have players like Stokes who kind of act like they've been here a little bit longer than they have. Lisa even mentioned Esther Little. She said she may not show up in the stat sheet, but she's such a vocal leader behind the scenes. Then on the flip side, Ejim said she's not worried about stepping into more of a leadership role because she knows that some of the other players will step up as leaders, and that'll take some of the weight off from the expectations that will be on her in the future. Okay.
Thanks, AJ. Here comes Esther Little. 14 to shoot for USF. Fulcher will be inbounding it. Maxwell out for the Zags. Miles somehow got the pass through to Hernandez. That was a heck of a dime.
Yeah, and you can see how quick she can get going, right, with that dribble and great things.
Hollingsworth wide open mid-range. Eliza Hollingsworth with 8.
I just really enjoy watching Eliza and how she finds her shots, right? She knows when she's going to be open and she doesn't hesitate. She just gets her feet set and puts it up.
And there's the unforced turnover. Number 9 on USF gives it back to Gonzaga up by 15.
Yeah, Gonzaga throwing in a little different look with that 1-3-1 zone, and they get really long with Esther Little out there at 6'1".
Little into the corner. There's Hollingsworth, squares on Cami Fulcher. The size advantage, she just shot it over, didn't even need to jump.
No, yeah, and I think you got to continue to look for that. Hollingsworth listed at 6, what is she, 6'3"? Fulcher at 6'8".
Toronto 15 to shoot. Hollingsworth now in a double digits along with Ejim and Kaylin Trong. 10 to shoot for San Francisco when we come back. 4:22 to play in the third. Gonzaga's lead is at 17. 48-31. We'll continue when we come back. Brought to you by Delta Dental. He's not. Oh, there's the smile. Okay. We're on a mission to help make Washington State 100% cavity free. To learn more, visit cavityfreewa.com to see how we're making a difference in our community. Brought to you by Delta Dental of Washington, proud supporters of Healthy Smiles and your Gonzaga Bulldogs. Selfie time. Hello, selfie time. Yeah, they're having fun. I'm sorry, but the McCarthy Athletic Center is just a fun place to be, isn't it?
It's a great place.
I mean,
great energy.
When you look at, I think Coach Few's at 83% of his games. Coach Fortier's at 80% of her games. I'm sure those numbers are even higher at home. They're both, well over 90. Like, you come here for fun. You don't come here to get disappointed.
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We're so spoiled.
We are very spoiled. Yeah, definitely, and especially looking at this women's team, you got to appreciate them now. Don't take this for granted.
No.
Enjoy this.
No. And Stokes saw that coming a mile away. Run out and lay in. Stokes with her first field goal. No, not only can you not take it for granted, but you have to appreciate it for what it is. Mm-hmm. It's one of the best stories in the history, certainly in my life, in college basketball. And Coach Fortier and her crew have done an amazing job of sustaining this and then actually taking it to another level in recruiting.
Yeah.
The players that they get now are better than the players that they got 10 years ago.
Yeah, you're right. It's so, it's easy for a team to maybe have a run for 1 or 2 years with a veteran group, but to continually do that year after year after year just speaks volumes.
And how hard it must be for the rest of the coaches in the West Coast Conference. Kaylin Trong's 3 is over, knowing that when the season starts, oftentimes you're playing for second.
I mean, they're a tough pull.
You're not wanting to go where I go.
No.
When the season starts, oftentimes you're playing for second in the West Coast Conference. Here's A.J. Howell with more on the expectations.
Yeah, Greg, I heard you mention this group being such a veteran group. And Coach Lisa Fortier was saying this team knows the expectations that are on this program and just the standard that they are held to each year. And they're not necessarily trying to break those. They're trying to completely eliminate them. They want to play above them and just make sure that they're playing their own game and they're holding themselves to their own standards and not someone else's. Greg?
Yeah, and that's that professional quality that I was talking about, right? Where you show up and you bring your suitcase and your lunch pail and you go to work for, 4 quarters, regardless of who you're playing and what the score is.
Well, and we heard it from Coach Fortier, too, that last game we did, where she talked about just respecting yourself in the game, right? Coming out and,
Love that. 52-35. Kaylin Trong mishandled it, but there was a deflection, says the official. So a legal go get. Stokes. And Little tipped it out of there, but too hard. It'll be USF basketball. And you're a part of the rise of Gonzaga basketball. Like, do you still feel like tremendous amount of pride when you come here and you see where this Gonzaga program's gone?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's
you're a Hall of Famer now. What color was your jacket?
It was black, but it had the nice Gonzaga print on the inside.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes. I only saw a photograph. I didn't get to see it in person.
Oh, well, maybe someday.
Yes.
Someday I'll whip it out for you.
Yes.
No, absolutely. And all, the alum of this program, like, we continue to follow this program, and we'll text each other when their games are on, and we're watching it together, and we're talking about it, and we're breaking it down. There's tremendous pride. There's, it's a Zag family. We've talked about this before in other broadcasts. It's more than just the basketball. It's the family piece as well.
Yeah, and I think anytime we have a foul there called on Cammie Fulcher of USF, but anytime you see a rise of a basketball program in college athletics, especially one that sustains itself. I remember on the men's side when UConn finally broke through with Jim Calhoun and won a national championship with Khalid Al-Amin, and all of those great players prior to that were a part of it. When the men's program here at Gonzaga first got to their first Final Four in 2017, all the former players and former coaches were there on hand to celebrate that victory. And should this program one of these days make it there, I think it'll be the same. I'm sure all of you guys will follow and be there, right, to celebrate.
Well, I can tell you this. We're already talking about, with the women's side getting to host the first and second rounds.
Yes.
And
there you go.
See?
You should all be here.
Yeah. So it's they've been able to do that in the past, and looking at it for this year, just talk about just a great opportunity. And yeah, you're right. The alum come out and support for sure.
Yeah, foul called there, stopping the clock with 44.9 to play in this third quarter, as USF has broken through here in the third and have put up 18 points. Gonzaga with 19 points, so a better effort on the offensive end for San Francisco. Hollingsworth, catch and shoot. Brenna Maxwell. And Maxwell with 15. Under 30 to go in the third. DeSantos, nice catch, but can't finish. And now Gonzaga will play for one. Kaylee Trong pushed it, now will pull it out. The bucket here will get Gonzaga's lead over 20 for the first time in the game. Here's Maxwell, quick three, bang! Brenna Maxwell from downtown. She's got 16, and the third quarter ends like that, and it extends Gonzaga's lead to 22 at 59-37. Zags end that third quarter on a 7-0 run, and Maxwell the big bomb. We go to the fourth in Spokane. McCarthy Athletic Center. There's Bree Sallenbein. We go to A.J. Howell with more on this story.
Yeah, Greg, her third ACL tear, just devastating, will end the season for her. And Coach Lisa Forte was saying, it's painful to watch as someone that's gotten to spend the past 3 years with her, and just knowing her on a personal level, obviously that's the devastating part. That's the hardest to see. But here's the thing about Bree's character. She decided she's going to have the surgery on Monday so she can go ahead and travel with the team for the rest of the season. She wants to be there with her teammates as she figures out her next steps. Greg?
Thank you, AJ. I read her post on social media. I mean, obviously her basketball future is uncertain. 3 ACLs is that's a lot to come back from. I just wonder psychologically as a player, do you ever trust your body again?
That's a big key of it. Once you get, the first one, a lot of players come back, but when you're looking at 2 or 3 mentally, it takes a toll, and it's just I'm glad she's going to be with the team though, because she's definitely a big piece of and a part of the heart of this team, and she can provide valuable input and support. And
it's a shame in that this fan base, I'm not quite sure ever got to see her at her best or what would have been her best. That is a fantastic basketball player, someone who has the potential to have been the greatest player that's ever played here.
Yeah.
She had that kind of ceiling.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. She was the highest recruit to sign with GU, a 4-star recruit, 7th best guard in the nation when she came in, and like you said, had never really got to show these Zags fans her capability.
Yeah, 6'2", 6'3", could have played point guard. She was that skilled. Saw her a little bit this year. It was fun. 8:57 to play in Spokane. Gonzaga leading at 61-37. More in a moment. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. I think it was another sellout tonight. Why not?
Yeah.
See one of the best teams in the country. 20 wins in a row. Going to get their 14th victory in conference play tonight. And that's what I mean. See that? You see those smiles?
Yeah.
Like you're smiling the minute you walk in here, and you're smiling the minute you walk out too. Like game in, game out.
Love it.
Yes. It's well worth the price of admission. It's literally like going to Disneyland.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is. I mean, when you see the kids and how they run around in here and they get to get away from mom and dad and run around in the hallways up there and look at all the memorabilia and all the great murals and artwork of all the tremendous players that have played for these programs and in this building over the years. It's literally like going to Disneyland. And we were alive for it. It's good. Kaylee Trong. Kaylee with 6 points tonight. 2 of 4 from downtown.
Yeah, and you look at this going into the 4th. Gonzaga already had 4 players in double digits. Hollingsworth, Ejim, Trong, Kaylin Trong, Brenna Maxwell. And you think, oh, Kaylee hasn't really scored. That was just her 6 point, but she has 5 assists. So setting up her teammates.
Well, that pass didn't work out well. To be honest, it didn't have a great chance of being caught.
Yeah, and
Threw
you
into
don't see that.
traffic.
You don't see that a lot, right? Just a little
But
bit
you
too
want
much
to
on
reward
it.
your big, right?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
Yvonne's working that hard and getting down the floor, and you're up by 20 or whatever the number is, you want to, I guess you can gamble a little bit. Caitlin Trong. Maxwell, catch, shoot, rimmed out. Hollingsworth had it, was stripped by Hernandez. And back come the Dons. .50 start to this 4th quarter for Gonzaga. Boy, she's been good all night. Tammy Fulcher, the junior from West Lynn, Oregon.
Really has 12 points, 5 of 6 shooting, 2 for 3 from the 3-point line. She's been a bright spot for the Dons.
Kaylin Trong and a reset. The bounce. Yvonne Great move inside, missed the shot. Hernandez with the rebound. Maria from Spain. Queta. Ten to shoot for USF. Post players are working hard inside. Worth trying to get open. 3 to shoot. Queta catch and shoot. Missed everything. Grazed the net, but missed the rim. Shot clock violation. Gonzaga up by 24 with
and
the
on
ball.
that on-ball screen, that was great help by Eliza Hollingsworth, just moving her feet and keeping that guard in front of her, using her length.
Stokes on the floor for GU. Here's Egypt. Double team is there. Yvonne squares into it anyways. As it poked away, and now the Zags move it around. 9 to shoot. Kay Lee, 3 on the way. And a long rebound to Worth. Don's still playing hard. Jasmine Gales with 10 points on 4 of 10 shooting. Not a bad night for her. But to come on the road and beat Gonzaga, it's got to be your best game.
Well, and not just for 1 or 2 players, right? It's got to be 5, 6, 7 going deep. And Gonzaga does a nice job of taking those key players out of it. You know, you look at Dos Santos 14 and a half a game, and she's been on the bench most of this game.
Yeah, and a lazy pass there by Paula Tirado, and Yvonne Ejim with the intercept, the run out, and the lay-in. She's got 16 points, 5:45 to play in Spokane. The Zags are up by 26. Multicare Health System. Whether you're at home or in the kennel, Multicare's team of doctors, nurses, and specialists partner with you all season long. A little shake and bake, touch off the glass. That's Kaylin Trong.
Yeah, showing off her little bit of handles there.
Yeah, not a little bit.
A lot of it.
She's got handles, man. She has got handles. Her handles have handles. Look, the Zag team is up 66-40. Kind of a slow night from behind the three-point line for them. 7 of 21, 33%. They shoot nearly 41% as a team. And the question when they get to the NCAA tournament, so say they're a 3, 4, 5 seed, something in that, they'll be favored to win that first one. That second round match will be against a good team. If they can get by that, now you're into the upper echelon of college basketball. This team is good enough to hit 12, 14, 15 threes in a game and beat anybody, partner.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And the thing is it doesn't come from one person.
No.
Right? And so that's why they're so dangerous, is because teams can't just lock in on one three-point shooter. They've got to come out and respect and honor multiple players, which then opens up some space inside for the bigs to work. Or for the drives, too. Yes. Right?
But again, even if, the deeper you get in that tournament, the bigger the team's post players are going to be, as Ejim running the floor again. Gonzaga's guards will have a more difficult time getting to the rim the deeper they go.
Right.
So it makes that three-point line even more crucial in their advancement in the NCAA tournament.
Well, and I think like plays we just saw here too, that transition offense, right? Getting the stop and getting out, before the defense even gets set.
Got to get on the defensive glass and start run-outs and get the transition going. That's the thing. There's few bigs in the country that will run as well as these bigs will. Good defense at first by O'Connor, but staying with it was Fulcher. Gonzaga enjoying 68-42 lead right now. 4 minutes to go. Kind of a ho-hum game, honestly, for the Zags. I love their defensive intensity, though. They've been locked in defensively all night. Ejim missed it. A great position, and now Yvonne will shoot free throws. Her first of the game with 18 points.
But I think this is just what Gonzaga has shown throughout conference. They have a 29.3 point average margin of victory in the WCC play. You know, down at Pacific, they actually had a tough run in that first half. Pacific gave them a run for their money, but then they came back and won 91-78. You know, this is just how dominant they've been through conference play.
And now Yvonne leads all scorers with 19 points. 9 of 14 from the floor. That was her first free throw, which is hard to believe. And now she'll go out. And Maud Hyben's in. Yvonne with 20 points. A cool 20.
A cool 20.
You might as well just wrap the trophy up now, put cellophane around it, get her mailing address, put it in a box, and just get it moving.
Yeah,
just get it moving. Throw Lisa Fortier's in there as well. Zags making it hard inside on Chan. Graduate player from the Senegal, 6'6". I still amazed at that every time I see a women's player at 6'6". Oregon State's had a few at 6'8". Whole games to the Pac-12, you see that. Step back, Kaylin Trong's three is off.
Gotta love the effort on the boards here by the Zags, giving themselves extra opportunities.
Stokes into the corner, Kaylin Trong. Deep knee bend on that shot. Still doesn't go. Poked away, Fulcher with it. And now back come the Dons. Gonzaga now 7 of 24. They're under 30% for the game. Might as well get the bad one out of the way. Eliza Hollingsworth 2 for 4 in the game. Kaylee Trong 2 for 5.
Nice ball movement by the Dons there. Moving it around. Got the Gonzaga defense to shift and then getting that look inside.
2:10 to play. Oh, why doesn't she take that three? Maud Hybens. Hollingsworth posting up. Got the size advantage. 2 more for Eliza. She's got 12. Kaylin Trong out of the game. Appears her day is done. Britta Maxwell over there as well. Both Trong sisters now on the bench. Eliza Hollingsworth out. Destiny Burton on the floor with $1:50 to play. John McKetch put it down on the floor. Too low anyways. Picks up the foul, but she's lucky. Well, what do you think? Zag's going to get tested in the West Coast Conference?
You know, Portland's a good one, right? Coming up. Greg's giving me the. You know, I'm just one not to count the chickens or the eggs before they hatch. I know. But Portland's sitting number 2 in the conference, 9-4. And then tournament play. Tournament play is always interesting. Going down to Vegas, neutral court. Again, I just think, though, if Gonzaga just continues to be Gonzaga, which with veteran players, you know that's going to happen, right? And
I was going to say, have they given you any indication that during any game they're not going to be who they are?
Yeah.
I mean, look, tonight they're not shooting the 3 well, but they've given up 45 points.
Yes.
Chom's jump shot is off, and USF still needs another bucket to get to double digits in this 4th quarter offensively. Gonzaga held them to 8 in the 2nd as well. They've got 8 here in the 4th. Stokes, here's Burton. Hybens the catch.
Nice
and finish. Little high-low, Burton to Hybens.
Yeah.
that ball thrown off the foot of Claire O'Connor, the freshman from Bellevue. And I know if you're a Zag coach over there or even a player, I mean, you're just chomping at the bit to get to the month of March, aren't you? Can we just go already?
Yeah, you know, I'm sure as a coach, though, they're always looking to tighten up a few more things before you get there. But, yeah, with this team, I mean, you want to enjoy it, though, too. You don't want to rush it. You want to enjoy this while you're working through it, too.
Jasmine Gales banks in the 3. And that gets USF to 11 points here in the 4th, and Gales 13 for the game. And that's how it's going to end, 74-48. So I'm wondering, the Zags only scored 72 in their loss against Washington State. They scored 70 in their loss against Louisville. They scored 78 in their win at Cal. Only 67 in their win against New Mexico. I guess they've had a few other games in the 70s. 72 at LMU. But other than that, this is one of their lower output offensive games that they've had all season, and yet they win at 74-48, which tells you their defense was pretty darn good.
Well, really darn good. When a USF team comes in averaging about 67 a game, I mean, you hold an opponent 20 points below their average, give yourself really good chances.
Yeah. Well, because you're paid to do this, is this team good enough to make a long run?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but give me give me some reasons why.
All right. We've mentioned it throughout the broadcast. They've got multiple three-point shooters. They've got a great inside presence. They can go big. They've got multiple ball handlers as well, with different the Trongs being able to bring it up. What else? They're locking in. They're reading the scouts. They're committed to the scouts, right? They're really locking in and taking out other teams' players. They've got a transition game. You know, they're veteran, so it's just a really exciting team.
All right, AJ Howe, what do you got?
Greg, I'm here with Brenna Maxwell. Brenna, a seemingly off night for you guys offensively, and you still win in dominant fashion. What is so special about this team?
Well, first, credit to San Francisco. I mean, they put up some tough defense. They're a really scrappy team. You got to really come up with a good game plan against them. So they're pretty good. But this team, man, I don't know. There's just something special about this group. And I think when you play with your best friends, there's kind of that chemistry, and you can kind of see that joy on the court all the time. I think that sets us apart.
Now we go from joy, not to get all sappy, but you only have one more regular season game left here in the kennel. Has it set in yet?
I think all the seniors, we're trying not to talk about it because it is a sad moment, but we're just kind of trying to cherish every single moment until then.
Congrats on the win. Go cut down some nets.
Thank you.
Greg?
Thanks, AJ. And just for the record, I don't mind if she gets sappy. Senior night's a hard deal.
Yeah.
Like, it's a hard deal. And she just talked about love and chemistry and all. This team is really, really tight. They're cutting down the nets. They wrapped up another regular season title on the road, so they will cut down the nets tonight at home. And there is the announcement that Yvonne Ejim is coming back for another year. It's kind of a special night in this arena tonight. Time now to announce tonight's player of the game, presented by A to Z Rental. No job too big or too small. With 8 convenient locations, we run everything. Let A to Z Rental be your most valuable player. It is Brenna Maxwell, 18 points, 4 of 5 from the floor, but 9 of 10 from the free throw line, which means she was really aggressive offensively and looking to score. Yeah,
really looking for a shot and also picking up those fouls and getting herself to the free throw line. It's big, putting the pressure on that defense.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to let them cut down the nets in peace and say so long for now. Enjoy Zachville. It is a special place, ladies and gentlemen. 74-48 the final tonight. Gonzaga women, 21 consecutive victories, now 14-0 in West Coast Conference play, and the machine, and it is well-oiled, rolls on for number 16 Gonzaga. For AJ Howell, Stephanie Hawk Freeman, I'm Greg Heister. And we say good night from the McCarthy Athletic Center. Another Zag win and the fans leave with those big grins. We'll see you next time. Live from Zagville. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.